Mamma mia. What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Today I'm going to be chefing up for you some spicy meatballs with spaghetti and some homemade pasta sauce. Pretty simple meal, but you're gonna want to make it and you're gonna want to eat it. So let's get into the video. So first up, we are going to layer the bottom of our skillet in oil. You can choose to use any oil. I am using olive oil because that is my favorite oil, so that none of the meatballs are touching it. Next up, I'm going to take my meat. I'm making 1.25 pounds. My counter is, of course, freshly cleaned. And I'm going to roll these up into just small little meatballs. I'm going to fill the bottom of my skillet. Now that that's done, as you can see, I got the whole bottom of the skillet filled. I'm going to spread a little more oil over the top just to make sure none of the meatballs stick to each other. I'm hoping to make more of a medium rare. So next up, for seasoning for our meatballs, we are going to be putting on chili powder, garlic powder, sweet basil, and salt, Himalayan pink salt. First, I'm gonna put basil. Be generous with it, because basil is tasty. I'm gonna put on our garlic powder. We do not have to be as generous because we are also going to have garlic powder in our pasta sauce. So we can just sprinkle that on. Some salt. Some oregano, and I am just going to pinch the chili powder and sprinkle it around on top. Once I have the top seasoned, I'm going to use this nifty tool to roll them around just a tad. Try not to squeeze them together. Try to keep them as separated balls. I'm not being too successful with that. And once you flip those puppies around and really gotten them rubbed around in there, you can put one more layer right on top, just for that extra yum. Again with the chili powder. Be very sparingly, but it is spicy meatballs, so not too sparingly. And I like my meatballs a little more spicy. Let's be extra generous. And then that sweet basil, oregano, and those should be seasoned. Now, when we are cooking these meatballs, we are going to do it on a lower heat as to keep the insides a little extra rare. Now, keep in mind, skillets over time gradually get hotter. I'm gonna keep it at a 4 for now. Cover these meatballs up. I'm gonna say 10 minutes, then I will check on them. So now I'm gonna put this on the back warmer and I'm gonna turn it onto a low heat. Let's start with 4. That should be good. these meatballs are about to come off. I have started boiling my water for my pasta. That should be pretty simple, as I said, but this is now coming off. Not coming off, but I can check on it and rotate them with my nifty tool. So let's see here. Ooh, that's hot. Ooh, and they're looking good. Yeah, those are looking really good. And so I'm gonna flip them around. They're looking nearly done, I'm thinking. But I'm gonna cook them for a bit longer because I want them nice and cooked. I'm thinking I put a little too much oil in there, but hey. Broiled meatballs, all the better. But all that flavor is getting out of there. Whatever, we will see how it turns out. Maybe we'll have more a little well done, just so the spices flavor it, you know? So I'm gonna put those back on, and I'm going to set my timer for another 6 minutes. In the meantime, I will simmer my tomato sauce and boil down my pasta. Now, for our pasta sauce, I'm going to use tomato soup. You would usually use tomato puree or puree. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Then you could mix in other things like water to get the consistency you want, sugar, salt. Luckily, that is all mixed in here preemptively. Put that into our pot. And so now this is what my pasta sauce looks like. And now that our pasta water is right before it's starting to boil, so a simmer kinda, we can put our pasta in. I'm gonna make a good amount because my family will eat it. And then I'm gonna lower the heat as to keep it as kind of a simmer. With the pasta in there, the water is going to get super bubbly and it's gonna overfill very quickly. So I'm gonna leave it covered for now, but once it starts to overfill, I'm gonna stop covering it. Now that our pasta sauce is the temperature that we want it, we are going to move it from the stovetop to our pizza warmer, and be sure to stir it around. Be sure to consistently stir your pasta around. After your pasta is the consistency that you want it, you are going to drain all of the water out of the pasta. And put the pasta into a serving dish to be ready for enjoying. Next, you're going to do the same exact thing. Be sure to turn off all of your oven heads as to not burn your house down. See, very small useful tips that you might not get from other chefs when you come to John's kitchen. Do my favorite part, other than eating it of course, serve myself up. Got a big family, so I have to make sure to leave enough for everyone else. I am the biggest one out of everyone, and I did make it. Or serve myself up a generous portion. Ooh, ooh, beautiful. I'll put some some of this on there. Wonderful, wonderful. And now for the best part, personally, what I think is the best part. You vegans may not agree. I'm gonna put some meatballs over the top. And I can be extra generous with this because my little sister is actually a vegan. There we go. To top it all off, we're gonna put some Parmesan over the top. We're just gonna sprinkle that on there. A little bit more. I like to be generous with it. I like my cheeses. I am from Wisconsin, so there you have it. Only one thing left to do. So now, I know a chef is never supposed to eat his food in front of the people he makes it for. You know I can't help myself. Kind of made it for myself. And so let's see how this tastes. I'm gonna get a full meatball in there because they are mini meatballs. Yeah. Mamma mia. Like I said, you are going to want to make this and you are going to want to eat it. So, this has been Cooking with Willis. Thank you for checking me out. And if you want to follow me on social medias, I am with_Willis. Anywhere you can share your life about, because I am going to be consistently sharing my life with everyone. So check me out on Instagram, check me out on Snapchat. I'm gonna try to start getting into Twitter. Hopefully this video should be up on YouTube sooner rather than later. Thank you very much again, and you guys have a great rest of your day.